You're now listening to No Gimmicks.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. And you know, it is Thursday. We haven't done one of these in a minute, man, on a Thursday. But we used to do these a lot on Thursdays, but we kind of moved it to Saturday. It just fit. But we're back on Thursday night because Friday night is when the action is all going to be going down. But this is the MPX show, man. Welcome back. My co-host, JJ Jefferson. Welcome back, buddy.
Welcome, man. Thank you for having me on the show. Welcome, everybody. Good to see y'all, coming to you on a Thursday night again. Like Kelvin said, it's been a minute. We missed y'all. We enjoy doing it on Saturdays, but
Yes.
something else is happening this Saturday. We're going to get to that in a little bit, but
Yes.
I do want to give a special shout out to all the people that watch live or that check this out after it's recorded, because the past few weeks, seeing the comments on Twitch, everyone saying that they're watching MPX because of No Gimmicks. Shout out to each and every single one of y'all, man.
That's so dope, man. I echo that 100%. It was dope seeing those comments fly up and knowing that people are tuning in because of this show. It's amazing to see, man. Thank you guys, for real.
Y'all the real MVPs.
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. But before we get into MPX tonight, like I said, there's a reason we're doing this show tonight. There's a reason MPX is going to be live tomorrow night, Friday night, and that is because Saturday night, December 13th, will be the final match of the one, the only, the greatest of all time, John Cena. And I wanted to get your thoughts, man. I wanted to get your thoughts. The career of John Cena. What does that mean to you? John Cena in a nutshell, and the fact that he is actually retiring.
Dude, I mean, honestly, ever since the news came out, like, let's backtrack. So for those that don't know, John Cena was like my go-to guy, always has been. John Cena's been that guy that's like, hey, you want to see him win, you never really want to see him lose. You love the respect he has for the game, the hustle he puts into it. Everything isn't just a catchphrase with him. It really is a way of life. Whether it's in the ring, out of the ring, when he got into the movie industry, you name it, like John Cena was that guy. And that was, for me, one of those guys that I looked up to from the beginning. So seeing this ride play out the way it has, man, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. You touched on a very excellent point in a show that you did, I think yesterday or a couple days ago that I tuned in. One of the memories that you and I both have in common was Cena's return in the 2006 Royal Rumble.
Yes, iconic.
Yeah, man, iconic, because the music plays and Cena comes out, he does the arm thing, he's got the head down, and as soon as he looks up, man, the whole place just berserk. Like, that's the kind of love that Cena pulls out of people.
Yes.
Even with the polarizing, let's go Cena sucks. No matter who you are, Cena's gonna get a reaction out of you regardless.
Fact.
So
that is a fact.
So yeah, seeing the ride, seeing the journey, and it's all coming to an end. Everybody has their opinion. Was it the best way for him to go out? Honestly, no. Me personally, I would have loved to see him hold the IC title, defend it against Sheamus, who was my original
Mm,
pick to win the
mm.
last time is now tournament. But injuries happen. You got to be able to adjust on the fly,
Yeah,
things of that nature.
yeah.
But seeing him go out the way he's gonna go out with Gunther, I think it's gonna be a match to see for sure.
I agree with that. And real quick before we move on, real quick, shout out to Tommy Prince, Tom A. I'm sorry,
Tom
Tom A.
A.
Prince, who's in the chat. Shout out to you. We do have an interview with Tom A. explaining a lot. Go check that out. But sorry, continue.
Yeah, no, man, that was pretty much all I was saying. But the one thing I will touch on about this Saturday for me, because I saw you share this somewhere on social media a couple days ago. The rumors are going around that Cena Gunther is gonna open Saturday night main event. But
Yes.
if you're asking me as a booker, as a promoter, I'm gonna put that on to close the show to seal the deal because you got to think once that bell rings, whether Cena wins or loses, the reaction that Cena's gonna get post match, it's gonna be emotional, powerful. The crowd is gonna be into it.
Yep.
Some
Yep.
superstars may come out. Like I think that's gonna be what we talk about for a while.
I agree with you. And yeah, hearing that rumor come out, I felt the way. And it's primarily because you have so many younger stars on this show
Right,
that it's a great opportunity to showcase the future. It really is. And you have some of the brightest stars up and coming on that show. So my mindset is after Cena's done, I'm not gonna care about too much. Right?
right,
That remains to be seen. But off rip, it's like, bro, as soon as that match is over, I'm gonna be it's either gonna be really high or really low, and everything else in between is just gonna fly through the cracks because we've already experienced Cena. You know what I mean? We've already
right.
experienced. This is why we're here. So I do want to build up to it, and I do think they have a great card to build up to that match. That they really do.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Because some of the matches, and I don't remember the entire card, but I know you've got Bailey, Sol Ruka. Like
Yep.
that for the women is going to be a really good match. The one that I'm most interested in seeing was that tag team match that just got announced with Javon Evans and Leon Slater
Yes.
against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Like
Yes.
that's going to be a banger. Like I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah.
And then of course my dog from NXT, Obafemi, is on the card against Cody. So
Yep.
I'm ready to see what Oba's gonna do because I think this is just a preview of what Oba's gonna do once that call up happens.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I Oba, I'm thinking is gonna be main event in WrestleMania in the next couple of years. Seriously.
Oh,
He's got
without
it.
a doubt.
He's got it, bro. Like stamp him. He's official.
Right.
He's official. But yeah, so with that, MPX, they saw the magnitude of what Saturday night was going to be and decided, you know what? We're gonna give him his flowers too. We'll move to Friday. That whole day is gonna be Cena's. And with that, bro, let's get into this week on MPX because bro, we have so much to
To
talk
get
about.
into, man. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, here we go. This is this week on MPX. All right. This Friday, you can see us on Friday. MPX is live from the MPX Event Center in Bedford, Texas. And man, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. I normally don't start here, but if you guys have been paying attention to No Gimmicks, and you've seen the transformation of Tom A. Prince and his his sheer just, all right, I'm gonna be on my own. This is my moment. It's all about me. I have to start with what's the main event. I have to start here because
Okay.
we are getting his former partner from the Scorn, the other half of the Scorny ones. Gabe Wilder is going up against JD Griffey for the MPX title. And honestly, until I talked to Tommy, I was
Tom
excited.
A. Tom
Tom
A.
A, I get it's still fresh, bro.
It's
Like
okay. I got your back. That's what I'm here for.
it's still fresh. Like I'm still low key hurt, but I'm still excited too. But you know what I mean? So, but yeah, but Gabe is getting the title shot. Tom A feels a way about it. I have to start here. And this match taking place on Friday. What are your thoughts, especially after we talked to Tom A? What are your thoughts on this particular match?
Oh man, I honestly don't even know where to start because just like you, I have so many, conflicted feelings and interests and things revolving around this main event because when you look at the rugged one, when you look at Gabe, we've seen Gabe step out before as a singles competitor and Gabe can hold his own.
Yes.
Just like Tom A and well, formerly Tom E, but now Tom A, both of these guys can hold their own. We know that. So my question for Gabe going into this is what is your mindset? Are you hurt? Are you heartbroken? Are you still thinking about the scorn? Are you ready to move on? Because last week or a couple weeks ago, we saw Gabe conflicted in his post match interview and said,
Mm,
Tommy, you always have a place to come home. Call home. Like, don't let the scorn go. Just call home. We can fix this. So we know Gabe wants to make it work. Tom A has ultimately ripped the band-aid off and gone his own way. And now, Gabe is getting an opportunity against JD Griffey, and JD is not someone that you can take lightly on any given night. So for Gabe, if you're not 100% focused on this match, I don't like the odds for Gabe in this match.
you're right. You're absolutely right. And what's funny? What's funny is I think JD knows this. I think JD knows this because I was like, when this match got announced, I was like, oh, let's go, Gabe. You getting a title shot. I like that. Let's go. JD
Right.
replied with the with the gift of DC Young Fly, just laughing. I was like, oh, I know what it is. He knows. He knows. This and you're right. It's a lot going on. It's always a lot going on when siblings go at it,
Right.
but it just seems like there's bad blood. And the way Tom May was talking about Gabe and referring to him as, things like dead weight. I'm cutting off dead weight. And I
Right.
it makes me feel like Gabe is gonna get in his head because he has to prove that he's not dead weight. And for somebody like JD Griffey, who is a specialist in combat, a strategist master,
Right.
he could take perfect advantage of that. And if Gabe's not locked in, I could see this being very bad.
Without a doubt. And to piggyback on what you were just talking about, because I just remembered during our interview with Tom A, Tom A did allude that him and JD Griffey, they also have a history and they are
Yep.
also close friends. So I'm not saying that Tom A is aligning himself with JD because we already asked that
We
question.
asked.
But
We asked.
but but the elephant in the room is again, JD being a strategist, being a manipulator, being that guy. We saw what JD was able to do with LVJ. And we know that he's got the rat in his back pocket too, whatever. But does JD pull some strings? Maybe send a little message here, maybe drop a chunk of change there, maybe wave a title opportunity in front of Tom A. And do we see that being a factor?
That is true. That very well could come into play. It very well could come into play. And the fact that Tomei did mention, because we did ask, and the reason I asked because he kept mentioning JD Griffey.
Right.
So yeah, that's something to keep your eye on. And not to say that he is going to align with them, but it's too sweet of an opportunity. I don't like my brother. Oh, by the way, that's my friend. I'm gonna choose friends over family tonight. I can totally see that scenario.
Yeah, and
That makes it way too real, bro. You choosing friends over family?
man, it makes it real, but that's where we are, and it seems as if this bad blood between the Scorn brothers has been boiling, and I guess now we're at that point where a choice has to be made. We're at the crossroads. We know the direction Tom A is going in. We're trying to figure it out with Gabe. We haven't heard from Dalton at all, so there's a lot going on here.
My heart hurts for Dalton because it's like he's just in the middle of a crossfire, bro. It's like he didn't do nothing. It's like, why y'all doing this? You know what I mean? And come
Right.
on, your brothers, family should be above everything. But I don't know, man. You throw championships and bad blood in there, and it magnifies it.
Without a doubt, man, 100%. So that one is going to be a match to keep your eye on for sure.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Before we move on to the next match, I do want to. This is a programming note for Friday night. The shot caller is back in effect, and it is chaotic, as we've seen last week. It is chaotic. They waited to the end of the show last week. I ain't mad at that.
The very end of the show. The literal end of the show.
I ain't mad at that. Because I was waiting the whole night like, oh, we ain't got it yet. We ain't got it yet. Nothing yet. Oh, perfect. Right now is perfect. It's literally perfect. I like it.
No, man, the shot caller is one of those unique things that MPX does that really anybody could do, but MPX being one of the first ones to kind of put their stamp on it and innovate it, it makes it special. And this week's shot caller is none other than one half of the Sons of Mayhem, Red Chambers. So I am curious as to whoever bought Red, what their strategy is, what their plan is, because having that power, you could pretty much do whatever you want to do.
Red is a wild card, and you can use him anywhere.
Anywhere.
And it would make sense. You know what I mean? Anywhere on the card, it makes sense for Red to show up. So I like this pick as a shot caller this week. I love it. But his tag team partner, Big J, is in action. We seen him last week, and shout out to Hit from Hybrid, who came up from Hybrid. Phenomenal match last week with him and Big J. Phenomenal match. I liked it. Two big men bumping meat. That's what we need.
That's exactly what it was. In the words of Big E, big meaty men slapping meat. And shout out to those guys, because that was probably my match of the night from last week's show.
That was an incredible match. Match.
They tore the house, literally tore the house down. Thankfully, the roof is still in effect, but those guys tore the house down last week.
Absolutely. And it looks like we're going to be getting that again, because coming back, Graham Bell is in the building.
Hey. Yeah. That one's going to be interesting because I haven't seen Graham Bell in I don't know how long it's been.
It's been a while.
But it's also Texas Rumble season, so it kind of makes sense that we're seeing these returns here and there, because that kind of brings into the mystique of the Texas Rumble. So for Graham Bell, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Curious to see the reaction you're going to get from the addicts, but I gotta go with Big J. I think he's on a roll. I think he's got a point to prove. I think he's got some statements of his own to make. Big J for the win.
I'm gonna agree with you there, and it's because him versus Hit last week. And for people who don't know Hit, he that name it sticks, bro. Like it sticks. And for him to clear that hurdle, that was a statement. Whether
Right.
the addicts realize this or not, that match last week was a definite statement of where Big J wants to be and how he's gonna get there. Beating
Right.
somebody like Hit, that's no small feat, and we may see it again. So I'm going with Big J as well.
I love it, man. Yeah, no, I think Big J 2 for 2, especially like I said, we're on that road to the Texas Rumble. It's that time of year. Everybody is going to be jockeying for positions, opportunities, getting MPX management involved. Shout out Matt Palmer. I saw he's in the
Shout
chat.
out. Yep.
So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of moving pieces, and Big J is going to, turn some heads. Him and Red both.
Yes. Agreed. Agreed. And it's nice. And it's nice to see the Sons of Mayhem. It's always nice to see them. So love it. Love it. Love it. But next match on the card is something I've been looking forward to, and it looks like we almost get it, then we don't, then we get it, then we don't. Now we're about to get it. Man versus LVJ.
The
Love
rubber
this
match.
matchup. Yep.
Isn't this the rubber match? Because both of these guys
This-
are 1-1 on each other, right?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And this I think this is for the Addicts title. And remember, LVJ has been on a little slide lately, and we've been seeing these little interactions with him and JD and the pep talks, like, you need to step it up. Not necessarily saying it that way,
Right.
but the vibe is like, all right, we need to get some wins under your belt, man. Like we need gold. And it's like, you chose me. I'm trying to get you this gold. I need you to work for it. I don't know if you get that vibe, but that's definitely the vibe that I'm getting.
Oh no, without a doubt, especially after last week's show, everything that happened, the shot caller was called at the end of the night. They were able to put the beat down on Demo, on
Yep.
Tatum, and on Isaiah Legend. So you would think all is right between JD and LVJ. But if you go back and listen to the post-show comments, like you said, JD very sly, very manipulative, like had those comments where it's like, hey man, we're doing this, but we got to get you the promised land. If you follow what I'm telling you, you too can be a champion again. And that's what we want out of you. And if you kind of see the way they look at each other, there's some tension there. And for LVJ, I think this is that proving ground match. Like, this is the rubber match. It's 1-1. You and Man have been going back and forth for a while now. For LVJ, I think if he loses this match to Man, I think we're gonna see a flip in LVJ, and I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing. Because either way it goes, I don't like the direction that LVJ is headed in. Granted that JD Griffey is the ringleader in his ear barking at him, because this could get really bad or it could be really good.
Oh, you bring up a really good point, because I want to say it's gonna be really good, but I'm also his demeanor lately is almost like I made a mistake. I chose wrong. You know what I mean? The demeanor he isn't confident. He doesn't have a confident demeanor. Like, the losses are taking its toll on him.
Right.
And when he was with Set 6, it wasn't that way. Set 6
Right.
had gold. And if you look at it right now, he's going up against Man. Man has his gold around his waist. And that's Set 6. And you pair that up with him and JD and what's going on with those two. I'm losing, but I'm with JD, who's a champion. I don't have gold. And it's like, JD's making him carry his weight, as with Set 6. It seemed like the weight was shared. I don't know. I may be wrong. And if I am, I apologize. But to me, outside looking in, the demeanor's telling me LVJ feels like he made a mistake. He just doesn't want to admit that.
You know what? I can pick up what you're putting down, and I'll raise you this statement because we've seen JD and we've seen what JD is capable of, and we've also seen enough wrestling to understand the stories and the plots. And when you're in a group or when you align yourself with somebody and you don't pull your weight over time, you might get that switch flipped, and JD might find a new hound dog and bye bye LVJ. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. But I mean, like you
Oh,
said,
like I tried my best with you, but it's not working out.
so instead
Ah,
I went and found me, a heavy hitter, and now you're getting replaced with a Von Titan or a Kari
you know,
Wright or
that name was
something
in my
like
head.
that.
Yeah.
So
You know what? I could see that because when you were saying that, the name Von Titan was in my head.
I
And
hope it doesn't
when you
happen because
said it, I
Vaughn, we
was like,
love
that's
you.
all the validation I needed. It's all the validation I needed. I could totally see that. It could happen. And with those two, it's almost like it's like the Sith rule, right? The rule of two, right? You
Right,
don't become a Sith Lord unless you kill the Lord. You know what I mean?
right.
And I think we may be approaching that territory where I got to push, 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 push until you prove to me that you could take me out. Then I'll believe it.
Yeah, no, that's a valid point. And it's funny that you said it like that because I'm curious, based on how everything ended last week with Demo, with Tatum, with Isaiah Legend, with Cold Day in Hell right around the corner. What does the MPX title picture look like for JD Griffey after, well, if you get past the rugged Gay Wilder?
And you're right. And JD, I think may be looking at this as a foregone conclusion when it's really not.
Right?
Because I got to bring up another name, and we had an interview with him dropping tomorrow, and that's Cavens, who made his return. Cavens, listen to this interview tomorrow. Cavens is dead set on the MPX championship. And you know what? I believe him. But him making his return and doing what he did, especially with him and Tommy Becker, I'm you can't forget Cavens.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man. That to me screams volumes because you could see it for the MPX addicts and the faithful that have followed Cavens in his MPX career. We all know Cavens to be that jovial, fun-loving, the hype guy, the
Yep.
smiling guy, the bubbly guy. But last week, seeing Cavens come back, beat down Tommy Becker the way he did, and then Tommy Becker got away. But following Cavens up the ramp, that was a whole new demeanor that we saw in
Yes.
Cavens. That's not the jovial Cavens. That's not the fun loving Cavens. That is a determined Cavens that we're looking at right now. And I'm here for it.
Me too. And I told him, I was like, this is piss and vinegar. And I kind of like it. You know what I mean? I
Right?
like it. Give it, hey, I like it, but he definitely tomorrow tap in. He definitely he puts a mission statement out there. He really does. So very excited for him. These are all the announced matches that we have on the card so far. So I know with just that, I know there's gonna be more. I know
Right.
we're in for some surprises, especially with the shot caller being who they are. We got we got a good Friday night going on, man.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And if you're available, get out there to Bedford, 510 Harwood Road. Go check them out, support in person. And if you can't make it, make sure you're subscribed and following on Twitch, twitch.tv /Metroplex Wrestling. I'm excited because tomorrow night, I think we're gonna learn a lot about what Cold Day in Hell is gonna look like, with that being the next big show next week. And
Yep.
before we move on to whatever our next topic is, Cavens, if you're listening to this, if you've got some hate inside of you and you want to get that out, there's a new platform where you can embrace that hate and voice it. Hit me up. Let's get you on the D1 Ignite show and let's talk about it, man.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Very much let's do that. No, before we do get out of here though, shout out to Metroplex Wrestling. They have been really gracious to No Gimmicks. We've been covering them all year, so I do want to give them their flowers. Thank you guys for allowing No Gimmicks to you know, cover what you guys have going on, talk about it, be passionate about these shows that you have, interact with the fans on Twitch and at the shows. Thank you guys so much for just giving us that space. And then we're ending the year with a bang. We already had Tame on. We had Cavens on. His interview's dropping tomorrow. But the rest of the year, the rest of 2025, tune in. We're going to be very, very busy up until Christmas Day, and nothing but great interviews on deck. So please tap into this show. We will be dropping some great interviews. I think the first two that we've done with Tame and Cavens have been excellent. And the next up on the list is Reza Clark. So we'll have her on next. Yes. We'll have her on next. Very excited for this interview. But Christmas Day, I mean, listen, before we get to Christmas Day, we have Demo Diamond, we have Tatum Manning, we have Man, we have LVJ, we have JD Griffey, and Reza Clark, who's next. So that's 6 great interviews that we have on deck before we get to your Christmas present.
Merry Christmas.
The Christmas present is the World Breaker. Brick Savage will be on No Gimmicks, and we will be interviewing them on Christmas Day. I'm thinking about going live for that.
Talk about a stocking stuffer. Like that is insane. That's an incredible lineup, man. Thank you for having me be a part of this. This has been great.
Yes.
And if you need any help or if you need an extra voice for any of those, just hit me up.
I always like, bro, come, please. come over. Come over. You're always welcome. But yes, we have an incredible lineup of great interviews on deck, building up to Cold Day in Hell and then to the Texas Rumble. We will start. We're going to end 2025 with a bang. But yes, tune in, tap in. It's going to be some great interviews. And please, tomorrow, check out this Cavens interview. Go to our YouTube channel. Check out the Tame Prince. It is a phenomenal interview. I thought that was a really good, revealing interview that he put on. And it makes me really excited for what's going to happen tomorrow night. It really does, because the way he's talking in this interview, I would expect something. You know what I mean? I definitely would expect something. I wouldn't say he's just out here just talking. I think Tommy has a plan. I really think he has a plan. So.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt, man. It's gonna be a fun time. It's a great time. MPX is heating up right around the holiday season to end 2025 with the bang. And then of course, we already know it's been announced 2026 is gonna kick off with the bang too. The Friday night shows are not going away. They're gonna continue in January 2026. Given the AEW ROH residency that's going on all month long here in the DFW area. And then the icing on the cake, as if that wasn't enough MPX action for you, the Texas Rumble is around the corner. And man, oh man, what a time to get into MPX, because we've got a lot of great things coming your way for the Texas Rumble.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And you're already starting to see the crossover of people starting to pop in. And I believe last year or this year, before it becomes last year, but the last Rumble season, we had a surprise from Nick Nemeth, who popped up in the MPX Event Center and shocked everybody. So
Yeah.
just get to these shows, man. You never know who's going to pop up. There's been a plethora of stars that have just walked in like it was nothing. and it's been a fun time. I expect this to be no different.
Without a doubt, man. If you haven't gotten on the MPX train, what are you doing? You're missing
What
out.
are you doing?
They are the best weekly running show here in the DFW, here in the state of Texas. Shout out MPX for all y'all do. And I'm looking forward to it, man. This is going to be a great ride.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But, I mean, I got nothing else if you got nothing else.
No, I don't have anything else at all. If you're not at the show live, I look forward to joining y'all in the chat on Twitch. Because, like I said, the Twitch chat is even phenomenal as well. You know, the choice.
It's a fun time.
The choice jumps in there. Kelvin's in there. The addicts, old and new, are going back and forth. It's a fun time all around.
It is. That chat has become a highlight, bro. It's become a real highlight. I love it. But yeah, man, if you can't get the 510 Harwood Road in Bedford, Texas tomorrow night, do yourselves a favor. Twitch.tv/Metroplex Wrestling. Follow, subscribe. You may even get a free sub. Who knows? Jump in, have fun. But JJ, that's it for me, buddy.
That's all I got, man.
All right, well, let's wrap them up. You guys, thank you for tuning in to This Week on MPX. Again, tomorrow night, tune in. Twitch.tv/Metroplex Wrestling or 510 Harwood Road. But until then, you guys know what it is. Be safe. Take care of each other. Enjoy what you're going to enjoy. Peace.
And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks.